Hello, friends, and welcome to our streaming services. If you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube, go ahead and subscribe so that you can get notifications when we have new videos or go live. If you are with us on Zoom, drop a hello in the chat. We'd love to say hi back. Welcome. In today's sermon, Kenneth Jackson will be honoring our veterans in the last full measure of devotion. I've been told to get your Kleenexes out. Supposed to be really good. All right. Thank you, everyone who made our 60th anniversary picnic so successful and so special. We were so happy to have you all there. I know that you are all so ready to, or that many of you are so ready to return to in-person services, hug your friends, see your friends. Stephen can bring some more donuts. We all miss the donuts. I don't know. But just so you know, the board is working on figuring that out. We have some tech issues that we need to fix and, trying to figure out how to do it safely, especially for all the unvaccinated children. So discussions are happening. Things are in the works. Be patient with us a little while as we figure it out. And as soon as we feel that we can do it just right, we will let you know. We're excited too. Also, another thank you to everyone who showed up for the parish meeting last week. Very successful meeting. If you'd like to see a list of everyone who got elected and of all the things that got voted on and approved, then just go to our website or check out this week's e-blast. It's all there for you. Scott, put a picture up of our church. Put a picture up of the paint job. Look how cute our church is now. Oh, look at those colors. Thank you to everybody involved in picking and planning and making the decisions. I know it's not easy to do that. We will definitely pop on Keist now. I can't wait till we finish all the trim and the little details. It's just going to make it look so extra special. It's going to be so bright and vibrant, just like us in the church. And so I'm just thrilled at this. I cannot wait to go back and see it. All right. So outside of Sunday services, we have talk back at 11:15. If you've never been, please join us. It's a really good time for conversation about the service or whatever else is going on. We always get a lot of really, really interesting opinions. You can talk or listen. You are under no obligation to do the talking if you don't want to. It's just got a lot of good perspectives. We have adult RE at 1 p.m. and UUCOC social hour Fridays at 9 p.m. If you are new here, go ahead and sign our guest book. There are no member anniversaries this week, but there are some very special ones close to my heart. My special anniversaries next week. So that's it. Have a very happy week and a very happy Sunday.
Good morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Oak Cliffs online worship services. Thank you for having the curiosity and the courage to join with us this morning. We welcome you, whoever you are, whatever spiritual tradition, gender, age, race, sexual orientation, or background you bring to our community. Know that you are worthy and that you are valued. We hope that you will find here comfort, connection, challenge, respect, and above all else, love.
May the light we now kindle inspire us to use our powers to heal and not to harm, to help and not to hinder, to bless and not to curse, to serve you, Spirit of love, compassion, and forgiveness.
Que esta luz que ahora encendemos nos inspire a usar nuestros dones y poderes para sanar y no para herir, para ayudar y no para impedir, para bendecir y no para maldecir, para servirte a ti, espíritu de amor, compasión y perdón.
Johnny Chapman, ranks Sergeant served from 1974 to 1977 on active duty. Branch of service, Army. You're in the Army now. You're not behind the plow. You'll never get rich while digging a ditch. You're in the Army now.
Ever in Our Midst by Karen G. Johnston. Ancestors who spoke with bravest fire. Lend us your senses that we may know another world is on her way. Breathe into life with our participation in her creation. Forebearers who led the way where there was at first no way. Lend us your persistence, your temerity, your assurance that the moral arc of the universe does indeed bend toward justice. Ones who went before us, sacrificing for a future not your own, help us to give of ourselves that the common stones in our hands today might be cathedrals of compassion today, halls of restorative justice tomorrow, sheltering walls of beloved community the day after. It is Sunday morning, the day we gather. Let us be thankful and full of praise to be in the company of those who came before, yet are ever in our midst.
Please join your voice to mine in affirming our congregation's spiritual covenant. Because we love one another, we honor each individual's spiritual journey. We celebrate life's abundance and service to each other, our community, and the world. We connect with each other in love, respect, and acceptance. Thus do we covenant together.
And now in Spanish. Porque nos amamos uno al otro, honramos el viaje espiritual de cada individuo. Celebramos la abundancia de la vida en el servicio a entre sí, nuestra comunidad y el mundo. Ponemos en contacto a unos con otros en el amor, respeto y aceptación, así que hacemos pacto.
In our community, we make time each week to share pieces of our lives with one another, our joys and sorrows. We do this because each person in this community has value. Each person's experience matters. We share our sorrow with one another today, knowing that sorrow comes into each person's life. Knowing that together, we offer comfort. At this time, we invite you to publicly post your sorrows and prayer requests to the Zoom chat or send them to our Facebook Messenger.
When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love.
We also share our joys with one another, knowing that joy comes into all our lives, knowing that joy calls unto joy, knowing that together our voices can rise in a chorus of celebration. At this time, we invite you to publicly post your joys and prayer requests to the Zoom chat or send them to our Facebook Messenger.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the steps of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Johnny, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. Take it on the run, on the run, on the run. Hear them calling you and me, every son of liberty. Hurry right away, no delay, go today. Make your daddy glad to have had such a lad. Tell your sweetheart not to pine, to be proud her boys in line. Over there, over there. Send the word over there. That the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming. The drums rum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer. Send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over, over there, over there, over there. Send the word. Johnny, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. Johnny, show the Hun you're a son of a gun. Hoist the flag and let her fly. Yankee doodle do or die. Pack your little kit, show your grit, do your bit. Yankee to the ranks from the towns and the tanks. Make your mother proud of you and the old red, white, and blue. Over there, send the word over there. And the Yanks are coming, the drum coming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there. Over there, send the word over there. That the Yanks are coming, the drum coming everywhere. So declare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there.
Hi, this is Kenneth. I'm honored to have been asked to give the message for this Memorial Day. Memories are important, our own and others, and that they keep alive cherished lives that have been taken away by war. I'm especially grateful to do this because I spent 8 years in the Navy myself and have seen fallen comrades. Memorial Day is the day set aside to remember our honored dead, those military men and women who have died in war. Their graves are decorated by family members with flowers, flags, pictures, and mementos when they were alive. Their stories are told and retold, their childhood exploits lifted to sometimes absurd heights. It's also the day we collectively honor those who have passed from memory with no family to honor them, and thus they pass into a larger memory. Honoring the fallen is nothing new. The graves and tombs of soldiers have been esteemed, decorated with flowers and gifts and sacrifices since before the Romans or the Greeks. The origins of Memorial Day as a holiday in the United States are uncertain. It is safe to say that as a holiday, it has its genesis in the American Civil War. Women's organizations in both the North and the South decorated soldiers' graves in the cemeteries where military casualties were laying. Often, regardless of the uniform the soldiers had worn in life, they showed them dignity. Many of those individual cities soon made the custom an official annual event. Memorial Day was originally celebrated annually and nationwide as Decoration Day. This resulted from an 1868 proclamation of General John A. Logan, then Commander-in-Chief of the Grand Army of the Republic, which was an association of Union veterans that started in Illinois, but soon had posts in almost every northern city by 1880. It mirrored the remembrance practices that had been already held in southern states for over 3 years. A handbook was sent nationwide to the various GAR posts, laying out a framework for celebrations. This included ceremonial decorum, recommended readings, and Bible verses. Michigan was the first state to officially adopt Decoration Day as a state holiday in 1871, but by 1890, every northern state had adopted it. President Johnson designated Waterloo, New York, as the official birthplace of Memorial Day on May 26, 1966. This was the 100th anniversary of that city's first Memorial Day ceremony. Originally observed on May 30th, the holiday was moved to the last Monday of May in 1970. In 1920, the National American Legion adopted the poppy as the symbol of remembrance after a woman named Moena Michael wore a silk poppy to the YWCA Overseas War Secretaries Conference. She had been inspired by the poem In Flanders Fields by John McCrae who had written the poem after the Second Battle of Ypres in 1915. The poem speaks of the poppies growing between the headstones of the dead. In Flanders field. In Flanders fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still singing bravely fly, scarce heard amidst the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold in high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep though poppies grow in Flanders fields. (1868) was also the year some Southern states began putting the label Confederate in front of their Memorial Day activities. They claimed the North had stolen the idea from them and sought to reclaim it. They observed the holiday on different calendar days in late spring and early summer, often on Jefferson Davis's birthday or the day of his capture by Union forces. While the stated goal of groups like the Ladies Memorial Association and the United Daughters of the Confederacy was to honor the South's war dead, a more pressing goal was to preserve the culture of the Confederate South. They used Memorial Day celebrations to remind Southerners of the glory of the lost cause. They raised money for Confederate monuments and sought to influence how the South was portrayed in history books. You can still see the vestiges of this in many Southern states. That is the essence of Memorial Day, a day we take to remember and honor those who have died while in service. Originally, it was just for the war dead, those killed in armed conflict. But now it has evolved to include any service member who has passed while in uniform. It is a day to be solemn, to be thoughtful. It is a day to be grateful for the freedoms that were paid for in blood. We visit the cemeteries, we lay the wreaths and pictures, and we remember. Or we listen to the memories of our elders as they speak of someone we barely knew, if we knew them at all. We hear all about the dreams and the aspirations, and we hear the pain of the loss of those dreams. We relive the big game, the first date, the first car. We tell them we miss them. We tell them we love them. And we tell them they were taken too soon. We go to the parades and watch the cars and the floats all festooned with colorful banners and balloons. The old soldiers and the young homecoming queens waving at us from the open-topped cars. We listen to the high school marching band play patriotic music as they march behind the mayor's car. Perhaps if there's a military base nearby, a military unit or two will march by smartly, their flags waving proudly. Many will then go to family gatherings, fish fries, and barbecues. There they'll reacquaint with seldom seen relatives. Then someone will say, "Hey, do you remember that time, Bobby?" Eventually the conversation will turn to the day Bobby went for boot camp. They'll talk about how afraid Mama was, though she tried not to show it. Someone will chime in about how Dad was both proud and worried, how he tried not to cry. People will remember the silence when the words were spoken on that last leave. "Mom, Dad, they're sending me to Vietnam, or Iraq, or Afghanistan. Don't worry, Mama, you'd remember. Take care of yourself, keep your head down, remember your training. May God protect you." Or maybe you didn't even know they were in harm's way. Who ever heard of Grenada or El Salvador, Somalia or Beirut? The first time you know something is wrong is when that sedan pulls up in front of your house. An officer or a high-ranking non-commissioned officer steps out accompanied by a military chaplain. The somber duty of notification, carefully regulated by military protocols, is next. In the Gettysburg Address, Abraham Lincoln called the sacrifice the last full measure of devotion and swore to a nation that these dead shall not have died in vain. Too often it feels like it was in vain. Too often we wonder if those in power learned anything from the price American families have always paid for our freedoms, the price many but not all of those politicians were unwilling to pay themselves. There's a community that no one wants to belong to. That is the community of Gold Star families. These are the mothers and the fathers, the siblings, the spouses and the children of American service personnel who have lost their lives while serving in the armed forces. In 1918, at the suggestions of the Women's Committee of the Council of National Defense, President Woodrow Wilson signed a resolution that mothers of service members who had been killed in the First World War could wear a black armband with a gold gilded star. This has evolved into the white banner with a gold star that we know today. The gold star on the current flag is placed over the blue star, which initially indicated a family member in active service, thereby creating a gold star with a blue border. This is the notice that that service member has died. This, as I said, is a community that no one wants to belong to. And there are some unwritten rules of etiquette when addressing a member of a Gold Star family. There's no way to know who the star is for if you do not know the family personally. Be very careful when approaching the subject. It may be a revered uncle that they want to brag on, tell of his exploits in the war, how he helped defeat the Nazis or took down Imperial Japan. Or it may be a child who's left recently. Offer condolences for the loss, but please, whatever you do, do not thank them for their sacrifice. Unless they're one of those uber patriotic families who view this as a noble offering to democracy, the word sacrifice will never be appropriate. Don't say they're in a better place, and whatever you do, do not ask for details. If they want to talk about it, when they're ready to talk about it, they'll listen, they'll talk, and you can just listen. And under no circumstances give an opinion on the military or whatever conflict they've died in. It will not help, believe me. I know from firsthand experience. I belong to a Gold Star family. On the 4th of July, 1968, my brother Raymond Ben Sean was killed in the Republic of Vietnam. Vietnam was an unpopular war and soldiers coming home were vilified. The war was not their choice. There are some things Memorial Day is not about. It's not about veterans, those who live. Please do not think of veteran for their service today. Many are thinking about comrades and friends lost. We have Veterans Day for that. And don't make a deal over someone still in uniform. Many of them, especially now, are trying to come to terms with recent deployments and those that did not come home with them. For them, there's Armed Forces Day. Memorial Day is for the honored dead. Like all holidays, Memorial Day has been overly commercialized. Car dealerships especially use the holiday considered the unofficial first day of summer to aggressively advertise their sales. It seems that they get louder and flashier every year. Many, including myself, have taken exception to this. The veterans of foreign wars and Sons of Union veterans of the Civil War have been advocating for returning to the original date of May 30th, whatever day it falls on. The VFW stated in 2002, changing the date merely to create 3-day weekends has undermined the very meaning of the day. No doubt this has contributed a lot to the general public's nonchalant observance of Memorial Day. While this commercialization has happened with every holiday, it is especially egregious on Memorial Day. Memorial Day is a sacred day. Regardless of your religion, your race, or your background, almost every group in America has contributed its sons and daughters to the honor roll of the fallen. In the pre-24-hour news cycle days, politicians often used Memorial Day to announce that they were running for re-election or to make their case for whatever legislation they had sponsored. Too often their speeches were couched in patriotic terms, insinuating that the sacrifices made by soldiers and families of soldiers were their sacrifices as well. They've also used Memorial Day to stir up antipathy and hatred to groups that they don't like, making it sound like a patriotic duty to hate them or to denounce them. Caught up in the patriotic fervor, many people listen. I don't know how I feel about changing the date back. I do like the 3-day weekend as much as the next person. I don't like the hype of the commercialization, but I understand it. I don't blame the politicians for taking advantage of a receptive audience. Nor am I going to judge other people for how they celebrate or observe Memorial Day. More than likely, Bobby or Jose or Lisa or Chantel or Ali or Efren would have wanted their families to take this time of remembrance to laugh and to dance and to think of them warmly. They would want their families to move on and live their lives in peace and happiness. I know, had I been asked to make that sacrifice, I would have wanted my family to remember me with joy, not with sorrow.
Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and hope. For we are now the keepers of the dream. To make an offering or your pledge, please go to oakcliffuu.org/donate and follow the links.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. De ti yo recibo, a ti te doy. Así compartimos y vivimos hoy. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. De ti yo recibo, a ti te doy. Así compartimos y vivimos hoy.
Bobby Blanche, U.S. Navy, RMSN, 1960. Navy blue is the color for you. They took the hue from the red, white, and blue. We don't like the slacks that they wear in the wax. We don't envy the green of the Lady Marine, but you can bet you're wearing the smartest shade when you take your place in the victory parade. So step right in line, you're looking mighty fine in your navy, N-A-V-Y, navy blue. by Patricia Murdoch. As we bring to a close our tribute to the journey we have made through the years, let us be mindful of the enduring bond that keeps us together. Let us remember those who went before and paved the road for us to travel. Let us remember our pioneers with admiration and gratitude, with honor and with joy. Memories are for us to cherish and to share. The future is for us to mold together. Let us be about that work.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
And now in Spanish. Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón hasta que estemos juntos otra vez.